Good day to Sir Sharin Safi and my fellow friends. My name is Thiveya Gunasegaran. My matrix number 272917. Today I am going to present about the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic towards the small and medium enterprise SME in Malaysia. Let me introduce the assignment. The coronavirus disease 2019, which is the short form of COVID-19, is spread worldwide. The disease is the first time founded in Wuhan, China at December 2019. Its effect around the world in each every country, and its also effect from health and business economy. The COVID-19 pandemic affect badly on SMEs, which is the small, medium enterprise and also other business sector. When the government established the MCO, which we call as a movement control order, and it leads to lockdown every state and the district on the country. Current situation of COVID-19 towards SME in Malaysia. The first pandemic stage was established in Malaysia was Movement Control Order PKP1, which is on 18 March 2020 to 3 May 2020. In this stage, the government was established lockdown and also established My Sejahtera app to scan the attendance of the customer towards the SME businesses, because the government wants to track their attendance and also the COVID-19 cluster and infection amongst the business and also other factors. The government also stopped some of the businesses such as electronic and clothing and other kind of business, and for decrease the number of COVID-19 in Malaysia. But it's also lead a big economic crisis in Malaysia when they stop the business operation and make the time limit, which is the business can start from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The next is Conditional Movement Control Order, which is stay as CMCO phases 1 and phases 2. The phases was held from 4 May 2020 to 5 June 2020. Furthermore, the Recovery Movement Control Order, which is say as RMCO, started from 10 June 2022 2020 started from 10 June 2020 to 31 March 2021. Besides, the government wants to grow the business, so they recommend and also imply the MCO by states, which is from 13 January 2021 to 31 May 2021. This is the MCO by states, which is the most affected state such as Selangor, Sarawak, Sabah. They imply the COVID-19 lockdown for specific states only. The total lockdown also come back on 1 June 2021 to 28 June 2021. The effects of these kind of COVID-19 lockdowns affects the SME and the business sector in Malaysia badly, and also decrease the sales, and it leads to downwards their business. But the government is still help the SMEs and the business sector by giving the subsidies to them. As a strategy, the National Recovery Plan, which is the Health Minister launched the vaccination from 15 June 2021 until 31 December 2021. Let's we move on to the data and finding on COVID-19 towards SMEs in Malaysia. There are several sectors in Malaysia such as wholesale and retail, food and beverage, hotel, tourism, sport and entertainment, automotive, manufacturing, logistics and transportation, e-commerce and others. Even though the COVID-19 impact the SMEs, the food and beverage and some other demanding sector was strongly with COVID-19, and the healthcare sector was performed well during the COVID-19. And apart from other sectors such as automotive, sports and entertainment was and traveling was also badly affected during the COVID-19, and they lost their incomes. Effects of business operation during MCO. The first one is status of business operation during COVID-19 pandemic, especially financial aspects. There are reduction in sales and profit, unstable market condition, customer interest changed, low cash flow and low turnover, which is a bad impact on the business operations. Moreover, the status of business operation during pandemic COVID-19 in operational aspects is uncertain supply challenge activity, shorten in operation hour, raw material supply, digital technology adoption was implied in every business. The challenges of SME business operation during COVID-19 was the business downturn, and the SMEs was struggled to cope up with their salaries and providing income to their employee, and some of the government also provide the subsidies, but it is not even enough for 4 months when the COVID-19 MCO was established. And moreover, the sales volume decreased in every part of the sector during the COVID-19, especially they stopped the business operation and limit the operation of the hours. The innovation was increased such as e-commerce and adopt it the post laju, and they deliver their products by their e-commerce, and some of the business was changed to the digital business, such as they before they having a store as a business, but during the COVID-19 they fully stopped and deliver their businesses in online. Last but not least, the retained wealth of stakeholder or the investor, they also gain a lot of profit during the COVID-19 when the stock market was affected in certain sector, especially the healthcare sector. When the healthcare sector was increased during the COVID-19, and it is also gain a good profit to the investors. Next, we move on to the SME strategy dealing with COVID-19. The first strategy they dealing with COVID-19 is financial management in reducing labor and cost of expenses. The next is configure distribution of supply chain and structure, digital transformation, and lastly network relationship and protection of government policies. Firstly, the SMEs was reduce their salary or the labor cost by stop hiring employees, and also they using their saving money of the business to to provide the salary to their employees. Moreover, they also several digital transformations such as the traditional business to the digital business, such as they using the e-commerce. They imply social media for marketing, and also such as a Microsoft Office, the usage was increased in their business operations. Besides, the Malaysian government also provide the initiative to SMEs, such as subsidies and loans. The Bank Negara Malaysia was established and allowed the domestic banks to provide the loans to SMEs as a strategy to grow up their business. In conclusion, the different stage of COVID-19 have brought different impact on SMEs. According to the Small and Medium Enterprise Association, 34% of SMEs in Malaysia were facing 20% decrease in sales and in 2019 to 2022. This situation was happened during the launch of the lockdown and the MCO. Moreover, they also imply the digital transformation, and some of the government policy and subsidy was help to the SMEs to overcome their struggles and challenges in their business sector. Thank you, Doctor, and my fellow friends.